Hi everyone, my name is Mary and I'm a dietetic intern here at the Second Harvest Food Bank. And today we will be making split pea soup. Split pea soup is a great recipe for those cold winter nights, and it's also very flexible depending on what you like and what ingredients you have at home. It's packed full of great nutrition such as protein, and it's low in fat. And it also has lots of fiber, and it actually has one of the highest amounts of fiber found in food. Split peas have been used all around the world for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they actually are very popular in Iranian and Western Asian cuisines in both sweet and savory dishes. So before we get started, let's go over some food safety tips. Make sure you wash your hands, and you can also wash your hands throughout the cooking process to make sure your surfaces stay clean. And you can also wipe down your surfaces with sanitizer before you begin. So first, you want to chop about 1 cup of onions, which is about 1 medium onion. So you'll chop off both of the ends, removing the brown skin, and then you'll cut that in half so you'll have a flat surface for safe cutting. You'll then make slits on about 3/4 of the onion all the way down, just like that, and then turn it and chop it on the other side, so then you'll have nice little cubes. And now we'll move on to cutting the carrots. And for these, you'll just cut off the ends. Chop a carrot like you normally would. Just right down the whole carrot. And you'll need about 2 cups of chopped or canned carrots. But a great thing about this recipe is that you don't have to be precise with your vegetables. You can just throw in whatever you have on hand, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it'll be delicious either way. Okay, and now let's cut the celery, and you'll do the same thing. You'll cut off each end, and then you'll just go down the celery like you did the carrot and chop that all up. And lastly, we have the potato. You'll need about 1 cup or so of the cubed potato. And again, you don't have to be precise. And for the potato, you can either leave the skin on or peel it, whatever you prefer, but the peel is completely edible and nutritious, so feel free to leave that on, as I am. You'll cut the potato straight down the middle long ways, and be careful that you don't cut yourself. That's important. And then you'll take this and you'll cut that again in half long ways. And depending on how thick you want your potato slices, you can cut that again like I am on each side. So then you have all these nice potato fingers, and then turn that and cut all the way down. So then you end up with these nice even cubes. So we'll finish cutting all of these vegetables and be right back. So after you're finished chopping the vegetables, we'll move on to sauteing your 2 cups of onions, 2 cups of carrots, and your 1 cup of celery. So first you want to take your oil, whichever one that you're using. Today we're using canola oil. Put that in the bottom of your pan, and then add in all of your vegetables. And you'll just want to stir those around. Make sure they're not cooking too long on one side or the other, and we'll be right back after we're finished with this. Okay, so once your onions are clear, the next step is to add in all of the rest of your ingredients. So first we'll start with your 2 cups of potatoes, or excuse me, 1 cup of potatoes. And then We'll add in your 2 cups of rinsed split peas. And next you'll have your 2 teaspoons of garlic, your 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, your 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and your 1½ teaspoon of salt. And lastly, you can put in your 8 cups of either chicken broth or vegetable broth, whichever one you prefer. And you'll mix these all together and bring them to a boil. And once they're at a boil, you'll reduce the heat to low and simmer it for 2½ hours. And we'll be back once that's all finished. So now your soup has been simmering on low for 2½ hours, and after stirring it occasionally throughout that time, your soup is now done. So you can serve it warm with soup crackers or saltine crackers or something like bread, and I hope you enjoy.